It's the NFL on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Los Angeles Rams and the Houston Texans. And it's coming up next.
Our coverage of the NFL has brought us to Space City and NRG Stadium, right next to where the old Astrodome sits, here in Houston, Texas. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over him for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Personnel is out. Everyone's ready to get this one going. And we're off and running from Houston. Damian Pierce now to return it. Good looking return here, and he's got room. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. Well, here come the Texans for their opening drive. And leading them out is the second overall pick back in the 2023 draft from the Ohio State. It's C.J. Stroud.
It didn't take long for C.J. Stroud to make an immediate impact into the NFL, and it didn't take long for me, Kate, to form an opinion that this guy is just different. He just processes the game quicker. Remember talking to Ryan Day on the practice field in Columbus, watching him in college, and he just alluded to that as well. It's the anticipation. It is knowing where everybody is and getting that ball out before any receiver will even break on a route. C.J. was unique in that way, and that skill set has been a big part of his success.
Stopped on the play by the rookie from Tennessee.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 37. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Stroud now on 3rd. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Texans going to kick this away on 4th, and it's Tommy Townsend on for the punt. Fair catch, hauled in at the 18-yard line. So here come the Rams on offense, readying for their opening drive. And leading them out to one of the game's all-time leading passers, the top pick back in 2009. Still going strong, it's Matthew Stafford.
Stafford just continues to fight off injuries, and he continues to battle father time. And it is remarkable. There's a lot of quarterbacks as we see him age. We see the arm fall apart. We see the wear and the tear and the velocity disappear. You're just not seeing that with Stafford. You can question how long the journey may continue, but you cannot question how productive he is when he's on that field.
That's on target, Puka Nacua. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Quite the start to that drive, huh? The first play sets him up now at the 38. Shotgun snap to Stafford. Throw reeled in by Higbee. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and it creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After after a good pickup. They're set up with second and short. They fake the handoff. Now Stafford. Able to find Nakua here. That one goes for 31 yards and a first down when all is said and done.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. On first down, here's Stafford. That one complete to Higbee. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down, well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
The first carry now for Kyron Williams. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. A gain of 5, Brock, and now they're going to have first and goal.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Going to the ground again on first. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
Hey, I get it on first and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
8 yards to go as they get set on second and goal. Stafford from the gun. And that's going to be brought in. Touchdown, LA! The Rams have a great first drive and get the game's first points. It's a Puka Nacua touchdown! Well, whether he stays the go-to guy the entire game, we will all judge together, but no doubt about it on that opening drive, Brock, he was the star. Bunch of catches and a touchdown to begin this one.
Yeah, I think this is twofold. Number one, you love to get this guy started early. He's a playmaker. He's a difference maker. Number 2, this defense, well, they better be on high alert because this offense feels like they have a matchup they can attack, and that time attack a third time for 6.
The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Set to return, this is Braxton Berrios. And look at this return. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. This Texans offense readied up for its second drive of the contest. And they haven't gotten their legs under them on offense just yet, Brock. 3 plays and a punt on their opening drive. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Running for the first time with Joe Mixon. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the 41. Gets this one into the hands of Christian Kirk. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Stroud throwing here on first. That's a catch for Nico Collins. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Stroud off the play fake. That one's caught along the left sideline. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. They're gonna run here, it's Mixon. And all he can get is 1 yard, ran that right into the defensive front.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Ball placed at the 7, it's 2nd and goal. Motioning one of the tight ends. Again, the give to Mixon. And he's going to get taken down near the goal line. It's a gain down to the 1. A solid run, 7 yards on the pickup, and that brings up 3rd and goal.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Now Stroud on 3rd and goal. And he will score. It's a Houston touchdown. The Texans reach pay dirt for the first time this game. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position can be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
They can go to the locker rooms tied if they put this through. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Texans tie this game 7-7. Has it all set up for the kickoff. Return starts at the 3. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. That's the end of 1. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the 2nd. We'll make our return to NRG Stadium after this. Time for the 2nd quarter of play. It's Rams football. They have 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. Breaks the tackle, still going. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. C.J. Gardner-Johnson there on the tackle. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
He's got the hook up to Devontae Adams. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Draw play, this is Williams. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
That's the kind of run that shows he's trying to take some stress off the passing game to provide big plays. What a great help to that side of an offense when the ground game can deliver chunk plays too.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Another run for Williams. Has another lane. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Allen on the catch. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was 1st down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Give to Williams from the gun. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I don't know, Kate. I didn't think he had it. That back did. He knew exactly where he had to get for the 1st down. Pops up right away and signals 1st down.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Working from the gun. Here's Stafford. That one's incomplete in the end zone.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
So the incompletion on 1st. Here's 2nd and goal. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And he is in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Rams take a 2nd quarter lead. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even in early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Cardi down for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Rams break that tie and now lead by 7. The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Pierce now on the return. They'll begin from the 36 as the return is brought down. The Texans and C.J. Stroud all set to go for their next drive. They've got a chance to tie this up here as they trail 14-7. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. They'll begin with a run by Mixon. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of the broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal, and because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
That's complete. Here's Kirk. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Tackle made by Cameron Curl.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
They'll run now on second down. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on a 3rd and short.
Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. Staying between the tackles with Mixon. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. We've hit the 2-minute warning now at NRG. And it's the Texans with a 1st and 10. From the gun, Stroud. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down. Shotgun now for Stroud. And he will score. It's a Houston touchdown. The Texans earn the chance to tie it before halftime. It's a Christian Kirk touchdown. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups, and when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Fairbairn now for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Texans tie things up at 14. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The Rams back out on offense as we see Kyron Williams again. And with each team coming off a touchdown and scoring well early on, we've got the makings of a barn burner here, Brock, if they can keep this up.
Yeah, and as a quarterback, as an offense, it doesn't mean you over-try, but you just know, hey, man, our defense having a hard time slowing them down, and we've got to step on that accelerator.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Stafford now. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there when he saw the field. It's going to be 2nd down.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you've got to count on those being efficient and effective.
Back to the air we go on 2nd. Stafford. It's complete to Higbee.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options, Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Back to throw here, Stafford. Hits him on the out route. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Now Stafford again. He's got Smith. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. Off the play fake, it's Stafford. Finds him on the crossing route. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about a big hitter, 34 yards there and a new set of downs?
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
That last shot took him right down to the front of the red zone. Here's 1st down. From the red zone now. He'll get this one to Adams. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. All right, here we go, 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Stafford. Complete, it's Atwell. And he'll go down here at the 16.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Clock continuing to run as the Rams hurry to the line. Stafford now on 3rd down. That's caught for the 1st. And this is down all the way to the 3. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try the field goal right now. So close to the end zone, but with time winding down, they're going to try for the field goal. Angling this one in from the right hash, the challenge here. Slide's kick is up and good. And they've taken back the lead.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. One last play before the break. Throwing it just before halftime. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. That brings us to halftime with the visiting Rams out in front. Now we'll send you east to our studios in Orlando. That's where Jonathan Coachman is waiting to bring you the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports halftime reports. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Rams and Matthew Stafford set to go back on offense. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They go with Williams on the counter. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. C.J. Gardner-Johnson there on the tackle. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
On 2nd down, a run with Williams. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Jalen Petrie there on the stop. It's a gain of 6, and they only need half of that now on 3rd and 3.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. They fake the handoff, now Stafford. This will be caught by Adams. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
On 1st down, here's Stafford. Able to find Nakua here. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. He picks up 15 on the play. And the Rams are going to have a 1st down.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
From the gun, a carry by Williams. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Azeez Al-Shire that time on the tackle. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
On 2nd down, it's Williams again. Space to the left. And he's finally brought down at the 9. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
First down from the red zone. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. Had that one, but just couldn't see it through. And it'll be second and goal. Still a couple of shots at this one.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
Stafford from the gun. Has it down close. And he'll cover up as they touch him down a few yards short of the first.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Third and goal, it's Stafford. And he will score. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Rams grow the lead coming out of halftime. Devontae Adams, the touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
Cardi now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Rams make it a 10-point ball game.
Texans 14.
The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Barrios now to return it. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Now we get a look at this Texans offense. And they're going to try to take the lead back to one possession here after that last score pushed it up to 24-14. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he'll get it up to the 44. It's a 21-yard gain. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. On 1st down, they'll run. And he gets this one to the 49 on a solid pickup. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Throwing is Stroud. Escapes the pocket. Oh, look at this, here he goes. And he breaks out the slide. Didn't want to take a hit, but he is just shy of the 1st down marker.
I love that play. I mean, that's quarterback 101. Nothing downfield, get what you can with your legs, but so much more importantly, protect yourself. Availability, one of the most important abilities for any quarterback.
Throwing now, 3rd and 2. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Stroud throwing here on 1st. Finds a seam down the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. So we hit the end of the third quarter. The Texans have it to start, coming in trailing on the scoreboard. They're now set for 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. And he will score. It's a Houston touchdown. The Texans make it a 4-point game here in the 4th. It's a Christian Kirk touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Brock. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop him either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
They can tack on one more now, bring things back to within a field goal. And he connects there, so now another kick from him, a field goal, will tie this game in the 4th. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. This return starts at the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Rams headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Working from the gun, here's Stafford. That one complete to Higbee. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Throwing now on 1st down, Stafford. This is hauled in by Atwell. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. He's got the hook up to Adams. And out of bounds right at the 40-yard line.
That's really good instinct by the eyes up in the sky. The play caller seeing space on the perimeter, a well-timed screen, and a positive gain out of it.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Now Stafford again. Finds his back, Kyron Williams. And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line. It's a meager 2-yard gain, but that's enough to award them the 1st down.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
Stafford now on 1st down. Taking a big shot for the end zone. Big gain downfield. And he finds him in the end zone for an LA touchdown. The Rams to make it a 9-point advantage. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Cardi down for the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Rams make it a 10-point ball game.
Texans 21.
The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Pierce now on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Here come the Texans as they get set to take over on offense. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. They're out and set, 1st and 10. From the gun, Stroud. Completed to Collins. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Shotgun now for Stroud. Finding Collins. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Working quickly here. 1st down, Stroud. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Moving quickly, trying to get set again. To the air yet again, it's Stroud. Anticipated the quick staccato pass there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
You know, that is so hard to do. That's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
Here he is to throw on 3rd and 2. Collins there to grab it. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it sets up a Houston 1st.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
And he's swallowed up by one of the big guys up front right at the line. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on 3rd down.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
Completed over the middle. And it's a gain of 5 as we've reached our 2-minute warning. That takes us to the 2-minute warning in Houston.
It's
Texans down by 10. Out comes the field goal team for the Texans. Needs a good amount here, too. 51 yards away. Fielding the miss, and they're headed the other way. And it's a turnover. The defense has it. And he'll get it up to the 27. The visitors and this running back headed back out for a new series. And get that big old marker out. Cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's Williams to start the drive. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3. And right away we get a timeout from the defense. 1:51 to go. Second down now, 7 to go. They stay on the ground with Williams. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Timeout taken by the defense, their second. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call's going to be on 3rd down. Up the gut they go with Williams. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Final timeout called by the Texans. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. He goes to a knee as time winds down in this one.
There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second.
2nd down, probably going to see him kneel it again here. Straight ahead with Williams. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. They'll get that yard back, but no more. It's 3rd and 10.
These are the kind of runs, Kate, that just soften up a defense. Keep working on them, keep working on them. And eventually you're going to break one of those counters for even bigger yardage.
Setting up for the kneel down on 3rd. They drop to a knee, and what little time we have left here is going to tick down.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
Rams going to punt on 4th down, and they're calling Ethan Evans to the field. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. So it's the Rams who take this one on the road. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? I know Brock was enjoying seeing both of these offenses work, and really not a lot to dislike from either group. Just one side working at a slightly better clip than the other. That was the difference in the win. So for Brock Heward, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. The Rams are winners, as we'll see you next time from Houston.